Hey everybody, so today we're going to play Eco. We're in the game, I have a server up and running, and we're just going to jump right into it. So, we're in the character creation. When you join a server for the first time, you can either be masculine or feminine, and then you can change up your looks. And if you don't like what you've picked, you can change them again anyways without actually having to do that. So I'll just pick something here quickly, for example. He looks pretty badass. Let's change his, there we go. He's got a pretty good tan. Well, he's out in the sun a lot, so yeah, let's keep him with a big tan. And yeah, just go ahead and hit save. And basically all you have to do is hit B, and then you can go edit yourself, and you can go through this all over again. And which is cool. Now you do lose the ability to have a hat because you just can't have it. These are for the colors. They don't let you create the outfits and changes like that. You'll have to take up tailoring for that. But anyways, now that we're in the game, there's a tutorial that's going to come up. We're just going to cancel that out. We're just going to hit X up here, skip all tutorials, and hit yes. Because I've played for a few hours, and I'm confident I know what's going on. Oh, crap. What is that? So that is the meteor. We have 30 days and 23 hours and 53 minutes. So basically 30 days. Before that meteor impacts and destroys us all. Now, if you're running a server, you can configure this all. I'm running on I'm running a non collaboration. Basically, that's what you usually set for single player. And I thought, well, I want to run a server anyways, but like I've learned that it's hard to get people to collaborate at times, and I don't want you're in stars and they unlock skills, and it's all based on, food and your house value, but also time, and I just didn't want to hurt myself too much, and, just have to wait there grinding, and then have to, force and trading, things like that. But if you're looking for that, that is what Eco is all about, is literally hardcore economies and governments and trading and things like that. Basically, people set up these servers where you earn very few skills, and everyone spreads out and chooses all these different skills, and then basically they collaborate. Like, I'll make some nails for you, you make this and that, and they all trade, and that's sort of the collaboration they do. Or you can play just like this, playing, a solo base, whatever. And that's why they have options and, things that you can adjust the game, which is really cool for that. So, and Eco itself, if you don't know, is basically it's a simulation. It's like a biodome kind of thing. You're in this huge globe here, and it has, I think, a couple of the biomes each. And basically, you have animal life, plant life, tree life. You got the ocean. You got like pollutions and nitrogen, and I'm probably saying the words wrong here now. But you can see all the different layers here you can enable. So of course, there's going to be no pollutions and stuff like that. But you can see the plant layers and the tree layers, and basically, this thing is crazy. Oh, yeah, nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium. That's the nutrients. You got the different moisture, so fresh water, rainwater, soil moisture. It just goes on and on. It's pretty darn cool, honestly. And there's just so much information. Here's the biomes and different animal types and trees, and honestly, it really goes on and on. And so this is the kind of game where if you were to kill all these on the map, you can actually cause them to be extinct. If you cause enough pollution, you can actually destroy the whole planet, increase the sea levels. Trees and plants start to die. The animals have nothing to eat. They die. Like you name it, basically. So it's pretty cool. So let's get started anyways. Let's stop talking and play the darn game. So let's hit B here, and you got the starter camp here. So let's go ahead and place down the starter camp, and we're just going to place this wherever. So Bob the Builder, there we go. And so you start with a little stockpile, and you have your little tent here. So we're going to go out and collect some basic materials here. We're going to open the tent here first, and we're going to go to storage. And so here's your basic tools you get. So you got an axe, pickaxe, shovel here. I'll leave some of these. This is a builder tool and stuff. These are going to be useful. You got some basic foods in here. You got things to expand your land claim. The tent, when you first place it down, actually does claim land. So if you go property layer here, you can see the layer there. This is protected, meaning that you own this and no one else owns it. It's your part of the world. So we're going to get some basic materials here to get started here. So we're just going to get some stones here. There we go. And we're just going to dump those guys into here. There you go. And you'll see them visually placed in there. And then we're going to get some wood. So I'm just going to make a fire here for now. Hopefully this doesn't fall in the river. More likely, my luck, it's going to drop in the river. Fall forward! Fall forward! Oh, we're so lucky. Oh, I shouldn't have done it a second time. But there we go. We're lucky. None of it went in the river. So basically, you're chopping these into smaller pieces, and then we're hitting E to just vacuum them up. And then we're just going to go over here, do that, and then we'll clean these up. There we go. And then I always like to, you know, get the stumps and the debris up because why leave it there? It makes a mess. It's not pretty. There you go. There we go. Now, that uses a lot of carbs. I probably shouldn't have gone too crazy on there. But we probably have enough to cook some basic food. So you start with some food. You can gather around food around. But in your tent, you have raw fish and some tomatoes here, which is really cool. And you can actually craft a campfire. So we're going to do that and go ahead and craft that puppy. And there's going to be some recipes. So basically, food affects how you level up over time. So what is this down here? Did we pick up some seeds? Oh, that's what those are called. So you can plant those if you want. And I guess over time, actually, can you just plant, or, you know, you might have to actually plant them in, like, till the land and stuff. I'm not sure how that works. You can just right click. There you go. Anyways, yeah, let's go ahead. So anyways, over here, you'll see it soon here. You have your food, and you have 4 food groups, which is your balance. You got carbs, protein, fat, and vitamins. If you get 25% of each of those, like a nice balance on here, you'll earn a bit more EXP. Your leveling is basically, well, the main leveling for star is character XP. And this is done based on a multiplier that's increased by default because we're playing no collab is 60, plus you have your food, and then you'll have your home value. And this will increase this more. So it's going to take us 16 minutes and 30 seconds to get another star. But once we start eating food, and better food, the better the food it is, the more it will help you there, then we'll be able to do even more. So let's go ahead and put some of that in there, and we'll go crafting. So here's your recipes here. So you can see all the different recipes. So here's your fish. I'm guessing this is not linked to the storage. No, so what you can do is just go to storage and link all this together. And then there's the fish showing there. And there's even better recipes down here. So you can see, you know, different recipes here. Now, I don't think I have anything I could do with this yet. So charred fish. I guess you can do 2 charred fish and make fish stew. And I don't know what that is. Oh, fat tag. I don't have any fat on us right now. I just wanted to check the other recipes, see if there was anything interesting. But I think for now, oh, here's fat. Raw meat. Okay. Yeah, so you can learn other skills and become more proficient in the skills, obviously. So let's just go back to the top here, and we're just going to look for those fishes here. Get started on those. There you go. So let's get a couple of those made. And then we have those tomatoes in there too, so let's get a couple of those made. We're just hitting work. Basically, you use up your food, your calories for work orders. And as you get more proficient in those skills, for example, cooking, whatever it is, the less calories you'll use towards that, which is pretty cool. So yeah, we can go into whatever inventory here. Let's go over here. There's nighttime, and there's your cooked fish, so you can start seeing that. So you can see right now, just an idea, we're getting 98 now, so 8 minutes 42 seconds. So if we eat another fish here, it's unbalanced now, right? So it's gonna just sit at 98. Now, if we go ahead and eat some of those tomatoes, here we go, here's a cooked tomato. All of a sudden, it's going up higher now because we're adding a balance into this now. So we're creating a bit of a balance. Now, let's compare this once another tomato gets in here. So a charred tomato versus a non-charred tomato. In real life, they're probably not as healthy because, you know, you lose some of the stuff out of it. Oddly enough, in this game, it all goes up. So the carbs are 7 versus 5. The protein is the same 1 and 1. Vitamins go from 2 to 4. So charred is better, even though technically in real life that wouldn't be the case. But, you know, maybe it's just, you know, you could say it's more edible. Maybe you wouldn't eat it all. Maybe you'd take a bite of the tomato and throw it out for some reason. I know people would not do that because there's a lot of people who eat it. Though I think they like salt and pepper on their tomatoes, even if they're raw. So let's cook more of the fish now and the tomatoes. So we just have a bit more food on the go here. Get started. So while that's going, what we're going to do here is we're going to pick up a skill here. So we're going to just hit, I'm just using tab to move my mouse around. But if we go down here in the character, you have all these skills. So you got logging, carpentry, composite, paper mill. You got camp cooking, advanced baking, advanced cooking, baking, cooking, cutting edge cooking, basic engineer, electronics, industrial, mechanics, oil drilling, gathering, farming, fertilizers, milling, hunting, butchery, mining, advanced masonry, glassworks, masonry, pottery, advanced smelting, self-improvement, which is one that just happens all the time. And, you know, earning stars, things like that will help increase this. This one's nice because when you level up over time, naturally, you're self-improved, so you don't use as much calories in, you know, like when using certain tools and stuff like that, you can see. But on top of that, you'll also get a bonus to your weight you can carry, your capacity, as well as your stomach size. You get a little fatter over time. Well, it's not fatter, but your stomach size gets bigger, so you can hold a bit more food. And then the last one here is tailoring. So and this one's actually pretty cool. You can show the benefits here, but from my understanding, these guys can actually create different things that can benefit you. Like, for example, these builder boots might, if we hold control here, I don't know if they tell you here, but oh yeah, decreases calories consumed when using tools by 10%. So just silly things like that, which I think is pretty cool. Tailoring shoes, which one is a smithing? So they have different ones here. I think they even have like running shoes, possibly work boots. Those look like running shoes. Running shoes, here you go. So does it say there? No, so let's go over here. And increases movement speed, for example. So tailoring actually has some cool effects to it. So definitely worth that. And the full set of this, I guess, could give you a builder helmet. What does this one do? Plastic, blah, blah, blah. Looks like it might not be anything there, but some might have benefits, maybe not everything. But anyway, so the one I want to pick here today to start with is logging, because I guess the reason for me for logging is it's so simple. You start out with the ability to make a small wooden cart, and you also get hewn logs, which will be used to build a home. You can also build a home with stone, but I just find logging seems to be the easier, you know, of the two. So there you go. Let's pick this all up here. We'll just put this on our hotbar. And so, yeah, we can eat this. So you can see this goes down because I'm eating the one type too much, and it goes back up because I'm filling up the other bars. But early game, a little harder for balance. Later game, it's going to get better and better, obviously. So let's go out and cut some trees down. So we do want a wooden cart. The wooden cart's going to take some ingredients. So before we can do that, we have to go and get some trees and bring them back and forth. So here's a lovely forest here. I think this spot's going to be great because you got a little river here that we can use. There's some falls here, so that might be useful. But yeah, for now, we're just going to go over here. And I guess in the long term, we can, you know, make a pathway or something into this forest. But let's check, let's grab one wood type here. So you got two types of wood here. So you got the cedar species, and then you have birch here, for example. So as far as I know, birch is actually a hardwood. So this one's good for building. Well, both of them are great for building. I think most recipes can allow you to do either or, and you can mix them up and stuff like that. But I just, you know, I'm going to just stick to one type for now, just to make it easier for stacking and stuff like that. So there you go. You got 20 of the wood, and then we're just going to run all the way back. So basically the first little bit we're going to run. And notice how we're getting kind of slow there, and then we speed up again. The reason for that, if you haven't figured out, and even in the desert we're a little slow, is because you get a penalty for different surfaces and the movement speed. Unfortunately, they don't show you these penalties when you're on your feet, but if you're pulling a cart or other things like that, they definitely show that. So what we're going to do here actually is, I should have done this to begin with, but we're going to order ourselves this thing here. I think it took the wood out of our hand, but that's fine. We're going to go ahead and order ourselves a workbench here for 5 logs. And what we're going to do with the workbench is be able to craft more. And it's basically everyone starting, like, it doesn't matter what profession you take, most of them are going to basically create a workbench to kind of unlock some new things. So we're going to go ahead and, yeah, we'll just place it right here. There you go. So if you go to the workbench now here, here's dirt ramps. This is going to be really important. So for new players who are wondering how you use carts and go up and down hills and stuff, there is no such thing as going up and down hills with a cart. What you have to do is actually make a ramp to go up and down the hills, and they're 4 blocks wide, like not wide, sorry, long. So it takes 4 blocks in length to go up a single block. So keep that in mind when designing your builds. So what we're going to do is we're going to do stockpile right here. So we're going to want a couple of those, I think. So we're just going to work here. And I wouldn't go with small stockpile. I mean, it's a bit cheaper, but it just doesn't make sense unless you want it. So we're going to need wood boards here and hewn logs. So it's going to take a bit before we can get that. I'm guessing boards are in here too. Yeah, they use the hewn logs there. So yeah, it's going to take a bit of time. So we're just going to let it produce this first. Just so we have a place to store this, and then we can dump everything in it. There you go. Lovely. So we're just going to take you, my friend. We're going to place you here, and boom. So now we're just rinse and repeat, basically. So we're going to run over here and continue doing this. And like I said, so over time, you're going to want to build pathways, and you'll be able to move a little smoother on here. Oh, looks like we're about to hit that ding, by the way. 38 seconds, so... we should probably go back to where we were. I will clean this up over time anyways, like early game, just because we're lower on stamina and things like that. I might be a little tiny lazy, but I do prefer to clean up my work site. I just don't see a need to make it messy. It doesn't look good, and it actually contributes to destroying the ecosystem around there. So basically what ends up happening is it's a debris thing, but it also is, it's just basically not doing a good job in the area. So there's pollutant here. Debris, so you can see, oh, I guess debris doesn't show yet because it's early game, but you create debris and then it tramples it, and the trample can actually spread a bit, and just basically in a sense it's not going to spread and go like wildfire around the world, but it just makes that area so new plants and things don't grow. It just basically says, hey, this is not really hospital. Oh, I can't say the word. It's not hospitable. There you go. Oh, I said it. And then, you know, it's not a great spot anymore. And that's why it's important to clean it, because everyone did that all over the world. Over time, it's going to come out to be a pretty ugly world, obviously. So, anyways, we're just going to go over here. And, yeah, just clean this up here. And you get these sticks, which is going to be great for mortar. So we're going to take this and make mortar later on with the sticks themselves. So you don't have to hold on to them forever. You don't have to worry about it. And it's just another way to get mortar. We can get it also from sand, but we're not really near a beach for that. So you're going to probably use all the other recipes at this time, because it requires this kind of sand. You can't use this type of sand. So it's kind of cool, honestly. I like that. How much wood did we get? 10 there. Was there more? There's some more trees closer by, like these guys, yeah. So you probably notice there's trees of different thickness. They do grow and age and get bigger, and when you plant trees, they take days in real life time. So you're not gonna plant a tree within a half an hour or anything like that. It'll grow. It'll actually take days, which is the cool part. Even though the game is, most servers, the way they run, unfortunately, is basically they take out the meteor, so they progress through the tech tree. Most of them are very cooperative based, or that's how a lot of bigger public servers run, and they cooperatively like sell and buy things, run a government, things like that. And then before the 30 days up, sometimes they can do it within days. They destroy the meteor through lasers. The meteor gets destroyed, and that's the end of that. Basically, 1, 2, 3, and done. And that kind of gets a little bit boring over time. I think that's sweet, but I'm not into that. I want to play a server where, you know, you take your time. I like the idea of this server, the one I'm running, because instead it lets everyone pick all the skills they want over time, basically because you'll earn those stars a little faster over time without, you know, having to wait, you know, a month for a skill. Like that's ends up what happens later on is you can't pick all those skills. I think there's like maybe 30 of them or so in total. And even by the time you're in like the 8th or 9th, and this is like on easy, it could take you a few days to, or even more, to just get a skill. So it does get a little more painful. So it's kind of interesting. But yeah, let's see if that's enough wood. That probably is enough wood for now. So let's go ahead and create these guys here, the hewn logs. Let's eat some of these tomatoes. And so we're gonna go ahead and pound these down. So we're gonna just make 17 of these, basically. And there we go. So it'll take a bit to craft there. A minute and so. Once again, like we're playing the no collab, so things are a little faster and a little bit cheaper, probably, than what you'd find on the normal game. But yeah, that works. Actually, I don't even think that storage is attached. No, it isn't. I was like, you know, I have so much more than this. I feel like this should have been... Yeah, it wasn't even attached. So it's taking what we had before and converting it. That's actually kind of cool. So this one it's just called hew and log, but it doesn't say what kind of material it is. Interesting. Maybe it's like a middle material. So we can do the same thing again, right? So we can go craft here, we can go hew and logs, and here you go. So you can see all the different ones we have now. So let's do 20 of them at once here, at least. And then we're going to hit order. And what I do is I just hold down Alt and hit work, and then that way it'll just buffer craft all that. So to craft the cart, we're going to need the following. What was it? We're going to need 8 of those and 5 of those. Oh, that's easy. So we're just going to go craft, and we're going to just say, hey, get me 8 of these, please. There you go. And we're going to order them. We're going to do that. And what you can do is move these around. So if you want to get these up and running kind of sooner than later, we can just drag these up ahead, and then you have them. So once those finish up, those boards will happen, and there you go. So yeah, and then we'll basically drag our cart, and we'll head back and forth. It'll just be a little easier. So I'm not sure where I'm going to drag it to. So if I drag the cart all the way around, I can go into the forest over there, which is handy. Or I can just bring it here, and then it's not as fun. Or I could always pick up dirt and do it that way. There's a trick to the dirt. You probably want a cart or a stockpile, but then we can make a ramp, which might not be a terrible idea. I think I'll probably try to do that here. There you go, that's almost done. So let's go ahead and do the cart here. Not the tool bench. Did I pass? I think I already passed the cart. There it is. So we're going to order one of these, please. There we go. And then we're just going to drag him right here so he's in the right spot. Excellent. Let's go over here and just cook up some more of those tomatoes here. And I guess more fish too, to be fair. But I might as well just cook them all. I don't think we're going to lose anything really doing that. And then the fish here. Let's just go ahead and cook all 13 of those, please. There you go. Okay. 40 seconds to go. Yeah, the day and night cycles are fast. You can change them. It doesn't change like the world time or make it slow or anything like that. But you can adjust the day and night cycles. You can adjust them like, say, well, I want night to be shorter, but day be longer. Unfortunately, there's not an option for that. I don't like the idea of having them like even. I usually like to shorten, make days like, say, double the time and nights even half the time. Like I like to have night, but a lot shorter. That's just how I prefer it. I like day. I like daylight. Looks good. And it's just one of those things, But here you go. Our cart's almost done. So, like you've seen already, you can grab it from the storage, and from here, you can find where it is. So that was small stockpile, so you can go and open it directly over here. But the system's great for that. So here's the cart, and if we pull this, you can see. So yeah, speed, desert sand, 0.9 penalty. So we're actually getting a penalty for using this in the desert. But the cool thing is we could just pick this up again. But the only way you can pick it up is with a hammer, and it has to be obviously empty. So if we go over here, it probably will reach. We're going to take our hammer here, and then you can just go boop and just remove it if you want to. Boop. And then we can go over here and grab all the wood we want. So I was thinking we can just go and do something over here. I think what we'll try to do, though, is start with the dirt here. So we're going to... Oh, actually, you know what? Let's not do that yet. Let's take this dirt. Let's do it up here, then. I don't want to take something lower down. Not right now. I mean, long term, you might want to fill this up instead, but I'm just going to ramp it in here. So this is a cool thing you can do. So you can put your dirt in here. And oddly enough, this only does it with shovels. But when you deal with, rocks and trees and stuff like that, you can pick up to 20. Now, I've heard people complain about this, and it's like, well, shovels, like, I can't pick up. It just places it down, right? Left click, and I can't left click again. You can only hold one at a time, but you can actually hold more once you scoop them all up. And some people complain, well, it's not fair that you can only scoop one at a time, where you can hold 20 of this and 20 of the others, and blah blah blah. And then they talk about like hold size and stack size, like, well, you can only carry 10 dirt where they can hold 20. And actually, it is kind of fair if you think about it, because when you cut down a tree and then you hit a log, it can give you like a few pieces of log for one little piece there. When you're breaking a rock, it's giving you, I think, 4 pieces basically from it. So when you think about dirt, it's not so bad, especially when you're stocking dirt. So watch this. When you stock this dirt, it's going to get a bit weird. It's going to only hold 5, where this holds, you know, certain things will hold 10 or 20, whatever. And I guess in the same sense is like, well, you know, those things, you know, when you think about 20 logs, well, they you know, 4 of them hold the same amount of density as a piece of dirt. And so when you start thinking in those terms, it's actually pretty legit, I think. But not everyone agrees, and that's fine. And you know what? The game does support modding, and I think that's the beauty of games like this is, you know what? If you don't like it, you can change it. And yeah, I think that's pretty cool. So I'm not planning to change mine on my server, but for those who are interested in it, they can change it. So I guess we're just getting into the fish stuff, but let's just eat that for some balance. There you go. It'll take probably days before I actually have a nice balance, and what I'm going to end up wanting to do is probably take up some cooking or something, and then I'm going to run all over the world and, you know, grab what I can and make a big kitchen and stockpile and things like that over time, so it'll be pretty exciting. So I'm hoping I can do this with just 2 of these. Now these are carried, they can't be on your inventory. But what I was thinking, if possible... Oh, this is too high. Oh, darn it. I was actually hoping this was a little bit better than this, but it's too high. So I don't know if I can move the cart that high or not. So we'll try it anyway. So I was thinking... yeah, that's not going to work. Because you're going to have to put something there to do it. So what we can do here is... So this is 1, 2, 3... Okay, so 4 here? There you go. There you go. So let's take this. And I'm using R to rotate it. I don't know if the cart can actually go up here. So this is what I mean. This is just for the 2 blocks down. We have to actually use 8 things in length, which gets pretty crazy. So I might not have enough. I might actually have to do extra dirt here. I can always build up the ramp and take out the ramp. Oh, that would be probably annoying here. Let's see. Oh, it does somewhat work. Oh, it's getting trapped and stuff. Yeah, it's getting annoying. So there's only so much you can do. So you know what you do? You go with plan B, and then you have another one of these. So we don't use this, and we grab and make another cart. So let me make another cart, and I'll show you. Oh, cool. I got my logging specialty up. My self-improvement went up, too. I think when those get leveled up, they do like going up. So where's our other cart? So yeah, this should work. So the idea is we're just going to dump one stuff from one cart to the other without just a little bit of a way to do it a little easier. Okay, so we'll just go here. Chop down these trees. And what we'll do for the next episode is we'll definitely build our... we're going to build our house. We should make a tool table this episode, though, because we need to repair our tools, because that'd be a crappy one to leave you guys with. You know, no way to repair your tools, and then because it takes a lot of food once they break. So okay, so we're just gonna dump those in here. Like I said, I like cleaning those up. And we won't have episodes of me doing this all the time, obviously. This is just the early game showing you the basics here. And I'll be doing that for the different skills. So we'll be taking a little bit of mining trip eventually and things like that. But I'll do a lot more cuts as time goes on through the series. So don't worry, it won't get so boring throughout the whole series where you just watch a guy cutting nonstop. Even through building, I'll probably do some cuts in there because I don't want to make you guys suffer that much. Well, maybe a wee bit, but... So you gotta get some pleasure out of the suffering. Oh, look at this. There's some berries here. Oh yeah, by the way, we've been eating this food, right? So if we hover over this, this says, you find the food tastes okay. I actually find this food is horrible. So I don't actually like the taste of the charred tomatoes. So they're giving me like a debuff, basically. So tastiness bonus, I'm actually down negative 12%. So basically, I'm actually down a percentage on this. So I'm losing, say, probably 12% of that. So down to 115, where I would have been higher because I wouldn't have had that negative bonus. Now, you know, let's just say I went up 12%, right? Because I like the food. Well, if you think about that, I could have been having, you know, 24% more, you know, and I think the bonuses can go up to 20% each. So like this one, you're getting 22% for the variety because I've only been eating 2 different foods. But if I eat, 25, it says it reaches up to. So I could go even much higher than that, which is kind of crazy when you think about it. So collecting different foods is going to be very important as time goes on. And making and eating different foods. So if you plan to play with a friend, make sure one of you guys pick up foods right away. You know, on a server like this is not a big deal. Obviously, the sooner that you do get the higher bonus, though, the better, just for the fact that, you know, you're earning those stars a lot faster, obviously. So just break these down. Awesome. Just right clicking, that's the key there. You don't have to, you know, open the interface or whatever. You just right click, left click to take out. I think there's some sort of order, like the one that's closest on the list first goes into your inventory, but oh, this is full actually. Okay, cool. So let's just clean up our mess here for now. Like I said, that to me is important. And this will be a lot faster as time goes on, so keep that in mind. Okay. Looks pretty good. Yeah, oh, there's some up here. There you go. Yeah, I don't even know if we have any debris that we left. Oh, yeah, so you remember the debris we left over there? We have debris. So there's no ground pollution, but there's a trampled area here. And so it does cause trampling over time. And you can see even players cause trampling. So this is just me walking around, working here, and going back and forth. So over time, you might even see a bit of a trample path there, just for the fact that's where we've been walking, which I think is pretty cool. So what we're going to do here is that it pretty much? Yeah, I think so. What we're going to do is we're going to take our cart here, and we're just going to head over here to the other cart we have. And we're just going to do something pretty simple here. We're going to leave that cart here, and we're just going to take this one. We're going to hold shift and drop it in there. Now, you can't put that in there because there's a weight to it. We've hit the max weight of the cart itself, so you're not just doing volume, it's also weight as well. So I guess any more in there, and I will never be able to drag it through this sand. So to be fair, I mean, the sand must be pretty heavy. Bisons are probably like the best meat you can get in the game. I don't know if there's other creatures that top about the same amount or not, but I think bisons give you like quite a bit of meat per kill. So, and there you go. So we can go, yeah, we can drop this here, and then you can just go over here, and same idea. So the cart, you just hold shift, boom, drag, there you go, and your pile will grow, and it sure did grow there. So let's go ahead and let's get rid of this. We'll just shift drag those out of there, shift drag out of here. Just cleaning my inventory a bit here. Cool. And there you have it. So what we should do is, I said you should make a tool table, because the tool table, and I believe anyone can make this, it can make some tools, obviously, but the reason we're doing it is it can repair my tools, which is an extremely important part of the game, because the last thing you want to do is not be able to repair your tools and be screwed over, right? So we're just going to break these guys, and we're just vacuum these with the E key. Yeah, when you break them, sometimes you get bigger chunks, so you got to do it again. It's just for the fun there. There you go. And you'll improve this skill over time, and it'll get faster, use less food. Other bonuses and benefits. There you go. And then, yeah, so let's go ahead and get our tool. Oh, we're going here. Let's put that on our bar. There we go. Ta-da! So what we can do here is take our axe here, say, oh, I need to repair it. And there you go, repair. Now, it'll take it from your storage here, so make sure if it's not checked, it's checked. And then if we go back to repair, you can do this. And you just can click this back and forth, so very easy. You don't have to. I guess it doesn't need repairing, but yeah, you can just go back and forth like this. So this requires wood. And it even scales roughly to what you need there. So pretty darn cool, my friends. That is really cool. And yeah, I think that will sum up this episode. I might go ahead and get myself more wood just to have it. I'm going to process a lot of wood too. So, and I'm going to probably gather some stuff. So gathering, I mean, you've already seen it. It's basically going around and gathering stuff and hitting E on it. I'm not sure there's much stuff in the desert you can find, but I'm just going to go around and, here's some tomatoes, for example, over here. So I'm just going to vacuum them up with the E key here. I think this is corn. Yeah, so I'll just make some variety of food here for myself, but vacuum this up at the same time. This might be something. Oh, there you go. Was that prickly pears or something? I wonder what they call them. Prickly pear fruit. Cool. Here's some radishes. So that, I'll just go around and pick up some of this stuff just so I have some of it to eat and cook. Oh, pumpkins here. So there's tons and tons of variety of foods. Then there's, the animal meats, and then there's even seafood. So it goes on and on. It's pretty incredible. So, but anyways, when we return, we will start building a house, honestly. I think that's what we're going to do. So either way, thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe, comment, like, and we'll see wonderful people next time. Have a wonderful day. Goodbye.